ॐ ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावदीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ஓ, அன்மியூட் ஆக மாட்டேங்கிறதா? ம், ஒரு நிமிஷம் இருக்கும். இந்த டெக்ஸ்ட் பஜகோவிந்தம், the very theme in one of the introductory talks to this Bhajagovindam, he says, the substance of all Vedanta and set the oneness of Jnana and Bhakti to melodious music, he says. Rajaji says that in one of the introduction, when he gives introduction to Bhajagovindam, he always says, it is the combination of Jnanam and Bhakti set to melodious music, what he calls as the essence of Vedanta itself. Moha Mudgara, because each and every verse is supposed to give a heavy blow to the excessive value that one has. When you have an excessive value means obsessive value. When you have an obsessive value towards anything, knowledge has to come and knowledge has to hammer it down. Obsessive value or excessive value implies something other than the divine is meaningful in life. Anything other than the divine should not be meaningful in life. But then everybody has so many meaningful things in their life, and divine doesn't have any role at all in it. Or if at all there is the role of divine, what is the role of divine? The role of divine is to ensure that whatever other values I have, God should help me to get it. Or whatever I have gotten, God should be the watchman, safeguarding it, protecting it. Per se, anything other than divine should not be meaningful, is the Bhaja Govinda message. Throughout the Bhaja Govindam, he has been attempting to develop one thing. That one thing that he has been attempting to develop throughout Bhaja Govindam is the Mumukshu Bhava. He was wanting to develop people, is interested in people developing Mumukshatva. Mukshu Bhava he was trying to develop. How many developed, God only knows, that's a different story. But the attempt that he made is to develop Mumukshu Bhava. Therefore, you will never find him talking about Brahman, the supreme reality, etc., and all a lot. So he spoke about Kanchana, and he spoke about Kanchana and Kamini, and he spoke about Pratipaksha Bhavana, and then he spoke about the wrong spiritual practices, and then he spoke about the Antaranga Sadhana, Bahiranga Sadhana, and then the very important verse number 9, Sasangatve Nissangatvam, Nissangatve Nirmohatvam, Nirmohatve Nischalatatvam, Nischalatatve Jivan Muktihi. Now, this is the theme of the text Bhaja Govindam itself. Therefore, what is the mind that is obsessed with? Why it is difficult for the mind to shift to divine, and why it is easy for the mind to go towards the world? Again, why it is very easy for the mind to go towards the world, and why it is so difficult for the mind to develop an affinity to divine? It's easy to go towards the world because whatsoever the mind can associate with, it will go flow towards that. Because that much of association with the divine has not happened, therefore you find it's not moving towards, therefore you find it is not going towards divine. Do you follow what I'm saying? It is easy for the mind to go towards the world. Why? Because it knows what it can get. Something can keep the mind occupied there. Maybe you want something, maybe you want to fight something, maybe you want to do something. So the mind, the ego has lot of things in relation to the world, and it will naturally go to the world. Distinct and different from that is the how to distract the mind, how to make the mind get attracted to the divine. He found out what all the mind is attracted to, and he hammered that. That is Bhaja Govinda. So what all the mind is attracted to, Kanchana and Kamini is what the mind is attracted to. And then he started hammering that. So instead of saying go to the divine, it doesn't work. He has said it enough. He has said it in the Bhashyas, he has said it in the Gita, he has said it in the Viveka Chuda, he has said it in so many things. Nothing. So he understood it. It is not at all working. Therefore, you, you have a textbook like Atma Bodha, fascinating textbook about Brahman. How can you not get convinced about Brahman after reading the book Atma Bodha? But then the mind doesn't get attracted to it. The mind still gets attracted to something. The mind will still go towards the world. The mind will still run towards something in the world only. Therefore, the theme in Bhaja Govindam is where all the mind is going to find out where the mind is going to, and then demolish it, break it. Now, where is the mind going to? Kanchana and Kamini. Moha Mudgara is important because ideally speaking, the human being should do Bhaja Govindam. Ideally speaking, the human being should do Bhaja Govindam. In the normal circumstances, the mind is doing Bhaja Kamini, Bhaja Kanchana. So there is Bhaja Kanchana, Bhaja Kamini, Bhaja Kanchana, Bhaja Kamini. That's what is going on non-stop in the head. Now, how to replace that Kanchana and Bhaja? He says retain. Retain the Bhaja, but shift the Kanchana Kamini to Govinda. And it's not easy. He knows that. He knows it. He knows that it's not that easy. So we need not train the mind to do bhaja. We need to train the mind to do what? We need to train the mind from shifting from Kanchana Kamini to Govinda. Accumulation is because of an emptiness inside. You want it because you feel empty inside. Because there is a emptiness inside, you want something to fill that emptiness. And what do you think that will fill that emptiness? Kanchana and Kamini. Therefore, there is constant bhaja. So the mind is constantly remembering Kanchana and Kamini only because of wanting the accumulation. Accumulation itself is because of what? Why does human being go on accumulating? Why do they have to accumulate all the time? Why are they in the constant mode of acquisition? Now, what they want to acquire is different, but acquisition as such, we are discussing. Now, everybody will discuss about what are they acquiring. Shankaracharya is not discussing what are you trying to acquire. He is saying, why is this acquisition? Why is this weakness for accumulation? Why is this weakness for accumulation is what now it doesn't really matter what you want to accumulate. A constant remembrance is bhaja. Constant remembrance means wherever you are, whatsoever you do, your mind is there. That is called bhaja. It's not a new thing to the mind. The difficulty is to shift how to train the mind, sir. I said you don't have to train the mind. Mind is already doing that. Difficulty is to shift the object. Nobody will come and ask how to constantly think of Kanchana and Kamini, sir. How to do Bhaja Kamini, Bhaja Kanchana? Does anybody ask this question? Why? So it means we know how to do. So constant thinking is not a problem. We know how to do it already. Or we are already doing it. And we are already doing it for many janmas. Now, that which the mind is attracted to for many janmas, He's saying shift it to Govinda. Shift it to Govinda. Why it is difficult to shift? Because the mind has a weakness for accumulation, and that accumulation is because of what? Accumulation is because there is a sense of there's a sense of emptiness. There's a sense of void. You feel empty. Irrespective of what a person has or what the person doesn't have, emptiness remains. Therefore, what happens? That emptiness will drive a person to seek that. So, irrespective of where the person goes, what the person does, mind is the same. It doesn't matter, even if the mind is in Kailash Manasarovar physically. Body will go from place to place to place. Mind circles around the same thing. Again, carefully follow this. Body will go from place to place to place. Because the body is going from place to place to place, we think we are going to different places. No, body is going to various places. Mind is circling towards that one or two things only. That one or two things towards which the mind is constantly circling, with which you cannot get out of, is divided into two, Kanchana and Kamini. For the mind to let go of anything, it should understand the pain in it. The mind believes there is joy in it. Okay, go back into your own life. Where all you have dropped, what made you to drop? You left something behind. It's not that nobody left anything in their life. Everybody has divorced something in their lives. All divorces happened because of what? You left something behind. Because of what? You saw the pain in it. So for the mind to leave something, it should understand the pain in it. What is the pain? What is the pain that you have to see? You will have it and not find any joy in it. That is the pain. Not having it is not pain. Always remember this. If not having it is the pain, after having it, you should be peaceful. So what is the pain? You have it and there is no happiness that comes out of it. That is the actual pain. That's where you feel it's not worth it. You let go. Are you able to follow? So if you look back, anything that you let go in life is because of what? It has become worthless to you. It has become meaningless to you. It has become worthless to you. Remember, you cannot drop anything out of anger. You cannot drop anything out of hatred. You can drop only if it is worthless. Only when it has become worthless, you can drop anything. As long as you see some worth in it, you can never drop. Now, anger, jealousy, etc. and all shows your mind is still seeing some worth in it. Still, the mind is attracted to it. One way of attraction is saying, I want it. Another way of attraction is saying, I don't want it. But you will never say it is worthless. So what is the pain now? The pain is carrying the dead carcass is the pain. You are carrying something on you which has no life. So what had happened? Now what is the pain now? The burden is the pain. So in Bhaja Govindam, to drop Kanchana and Kamini, you should understand them as a burden, then it drops. As long as you see some value in it, it will not drop. It can never drop as long as you see some value in it. One. Another way of dropping is something more meaningful, more attractive if you get. One way of dropping it is one way of dropping it is something you find meaning worthless. Another way of dropping something is you find something which is more attractive, more valuable than what you. Therefore, what does the scripture do? As it tries to explain the burden of what you are carrying, it tries to explain the beauty and the higher value of the divine. So when both combined, dropping Kanchana, Kamini, etc. becomes very effortless. So two ways of dropping. One way of dropping is you see it as a worthless. You are carrying something which is worthless. You drop it because you understand it as worthless. Another way of dropping it is you see something which is far more worthy. And there can be only one thing that can be far more worthy, that is divine. And that divine has to be, and the divine will be form, and the divine will be formless, but everything will be connected to the divine. You follow? A deep agony from inside brings about tears. When does tear comes? Two types tear comes. One is a deep agony brings tears. Another is some joy brings tears. Very rarely we laugh so much that tears comes out of laughter. Very rarely. Most of the time, the tears comes out of a deep tear, comes out of a deep agony, a misery, a pain. A wise one, wherever the wise one goes, he carries the divine and all situations will be converted into divine. That is the wise man. That's a spiritual person. One of devotees of Ramakrishna invited him for his daughter's wedding. So he went for the daughter's wedding. Before he came, he actually told him, why are you inviting me? Don't, why do you want me to come for the wedding and all? Don't invite. No, I was sitting here, I can bless. No, you must come. Blah, blah. Okay. He said, okay. He went. Right in the middle of the wedding ceremony, somebody was looking for a guy by name Govinda. So he asked, where is Govinda? Where is Govinda? That's all. Ramakrishna went into, he started singing. He started dancing, singing, hearing the name of Govinda. Very soon, the wedding ceremony turned into, very soon, it was no longer a marriage party. Drones stopped, photo shoot stopped, everything stopped, and only one thing was happening there. What? Yeah. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam was happening. So, if the wise person comes to a funeral, he will convert the funeral also into a party. He goes to a wedding, that wedding will be converted into Bhaja Govindam. He comes to the funeral also will be converted into into Bhaja Govindam. That's why we say even in a funeral, you don't sit and cry. You don't sit and cry and mourn and all that. What should you do? Yeah, some Sahasranama chanting should go on. Some Vedic chanting should go on. That's how it should be done. Not in the mood of sorrow, melancholy, everybody crying and mourning and grieving for what? This is, if this mindset has come, the person has evolved into the spiritual growth that we are wanting to grow. And the remembrance of the divine must be continuous. As you remember Kanchana and Kamini. Do you have a specific time to remember Kanchana and Kamini? Do you have a specific time? But you have a specific time for puja, isn't it? You have a specific time to worship God. So it means you get into God and come out of God. Yeah. So you have a specific time to go into God and you have a specific time to get out of God also. Therefore, remembrance of God is not something that you do at your convenience. That's a predetermined time. That's why he said prayer or worship is not a part-time pastime. He gave a prayer or worship is not a part-time pastime. It is a 24/7. He goes on repeating it again and again and again. And we have heard it a million times, isn't it? What does it mean? This is what it means. A continuous remembrance where it will never have an end. That is called Bhaja. Bhaja Govindam. Remember Govinda. Remember Govinda. Remember Govinda. Life tells you all that you accumulate, forcefully you will be separated from that. Anything that you accumulate, and you accumulate means anything that you turn obsessed about. I have seen that, my God, people get obsessed, see, the mind can get obsessed with anything and everything. And that very obsession will bring about a painful separation. There can never be a laughter. There can never be a laughing and smiling and separation. It will always be one of pain and misery only. Why? Because the law of life says you are not allowed to. The law of life says you are not allowed to develop obsession. And if you develop obsession, painfully you will be separated. This is the law. If at all you need to understand law, this is the law. You are not allowed to develop obsession over anything. Towards anything you develop obsession, you will be painfully separated from that. There's a beautiful lecture by Ramatirtha. The lecture is how to make your homes happy, how to have a happy married life. He said both of them should get detached, he says. How to have a happy married life. Husband and wife should get detached. Then there will be a happy married life. No, no, sir. That is not happiness. We want to know how to be obsessive, possessive, and be happy. That's what we are asking. What we are asking is how to be obsessive, how to be possessive, and still be happy. You cannot be happy. The law of that is symbolized by Yama, death. This is what is symbolized by Yama, death. He says, All that is borrowed, Yama says you have to leave behind. Anything that you have made it yours will come with you. And everything is borrowed. Supposing if you have borrowed scriptures, supposing if you have borrowed scriptures, and where do you know scriptures as borrowed, Srikanth? Where scriptures are borrowed, if you have to see that, Aditya, you should go to a group discussion. In the group discussion, you know how scriptures are borrowed, and everybody will talk as though they have attained Brahman already. Yama will come and tell you what? If scripture is borrowed, you will leave it behind. If the scripture is revealed to you, to whatever extent it is revealed, it will come with you. To whatever extent you have borrowed, it will not come with you. To whatever extent it is revealed, that will come with you. Revealed means it has become your own. Revealed means your own. Borrowed means it's not yet your own. Revealed means it is your own. It is like borrowed wealth and your wealth. Borrowed wealth is not your wealth, isn't it? Home loans and Graha Pravesham, sir. You should have called the bank manager also, because he is the half owner of the house, isn't it? Actually, who should sit and do the Graha Pravesham ceremony there? Owner must do, no. Actually, then who should be the actual person doing that homam and puja and all that there? I don't know, whoever the bank is, isn't it? But one thing is clear, you are not entitled to do. But then on a borrowed thing, you sit and do thinking, claiming it as mine. What do we do? No, sir, everybody is doing it. Correct. Okay. If everybody is doing it, then it has to then it has to become correct only. Vedanta comes and says, oh, if everybody is doing it, then it's necessarily wrong. Supposing if I see 10, 15 people in my class, I will think it's normal. Correct. It's going rightly, I will think. Suddenly, if I see 350 coming and sitting, I will wind up for a few weeks and think something is wrong, definitely. It cannot be. You follow what I'm saying? Wealth means that which makes you to believe you are rich when you are actually poor. Wealth is a very deceptive entity. It makes you to feel rich. It makes you to believe that you are rich when you are actually poor inside. There is an inner poverty. That inner poverty doesn't get eradicated at all. That inner poverty is what that inner poverty gets eradicated only when Kanchana Kamini gets replaced with Govinda. And in order to do that, Kanchana Kamini must be understood rightly. If you cannot understand it rightly, he helped us with the method of Pratipaksha Bhavana. To understand it rightly, he helped us. How did he help us to understand it rightly? He helped us with Pratipaksha Bhavana. Paksha means a side. Pratipaksha means various sides. When you look at something, you should know to look at it from various sides. It's called Pratipaksha Bhavana. And he gave this Pratipaksha Bhavana. And what is that Pratipaksha Bhavana said? Having it has not made you rich in any sense. He kept on saying, Muda Mate, isn't it? Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Muda, Muda Mate, Muda Mate. Fool. Fool is a very, fool is a very, very refined translation of the word Muda Mate. Actually, Muda Mate means idiot. Actually, it means not half idiot and all. Yeah, complete idiot. Full idiot. That's what Muda Mate means. But then we don't want to start calling anybody an idiot, even though we want to do it like that. Yeah. Look at the irony. The one who is uneducated is what we call as a fool, isn't it? Who do we call as a fool? The one who is not. The one who is uneducated is the one who should be called as the fools. More and more and more a human being is getting educated. It's so scary. More and more and more education is making human beings more and more cunning, dishonest, hypocrite. We thought education will make a human being more innocent, more honest, more humble, more sacrificial. This is what we thought education should do, will do. The educated person comes out like what? The educated person comes out exactly the educated person comes out exactly the opposite. Nahi nahi rakshati dukran karne. That's what he was telling that man. You are so educated, but what has this education done to you? You are well educated. Out of that education, what has happened? Only the ego and arrogance has become stronger. That's all it has. Three weeks back, I think almost a month back. The parents from the America, they called me and said, sir, my daughter and this person is getting married. They want to talk to you before that. I said, why will they want to talk to me before that? I have nothing to talk to them. I said, no, what will I talk to them? I have nothing to talk to them. No, sir, they want to know about this. What? So I said, okay, what do you want to know? So I asked the girl, what do you want to know? Sir, I want to know what are all the neutral mantras in the Vedas. I said, what? She said, I want to know what are the neutral mantras in the Vedas, because some mantras are patriarchal. Some mantras are insulting women. Why should the woman bow the head down and tie the tali? Why can't the man bow down and I tie the tali to the man? So we want marriage on equal terms. I want to know I said, I'm not a priest. I don't know the Vedic mantras. I said, I'm not the priest. I don't know the Vedic mantras and all. Something they read. See, that education is not helping them to appreciate anything meaningful in life. In fact, that education is telling them that everything is wrong, bad. And we are the ones who are going to set it right. Is this education? That's what is called Mudamate. If any education comes and tells you that everything is wrong, bad, and I am the only one who knows how to set it, is that education? And then they come and say, sir, we don't know what to do with our children. I say, I also don't know what to do. Well, I say, collectively, nobody will know what to do. Why? Efficiency is misunderstood as ability to accumulate wealth a lot. If a person can accumulate wealth a lot in a very short time, that person is very smart, that person is very efficient. If a person is not able to do that, or if the person is willing to let go of that, the worldly people, paradox now. I'm talking about the paradox. The worldly people will talk about the spiritual person as Mudamate. The spiritual person will talk about the worldly person as Mudamate. That's why this Vedanta class is unique, sir. We are in both. We are both. This Vedanta class is very unique. We are neither there because we want a win-win situation in both. Buddha left. I have said this any number of times. Buddha left. And the charioteer said, you are making the biggest blunder of your life. Even now, it's not too late. Let's quietly go back. And we will keep it as a secret amongst us, between us. I will not tell this to anybody. You will not tell this to anybody. Let's quietly go back. Why? You are doing the biggest blunder of your life. You're doing the biggest blunder. Out of my love and affection, I'm telling you. See, that man is a charioteer, car driver. And he's telling he says, out of my love and affection to you, I am telling you the truth. What is it? What a fool you are. Why? All of us are dreaming, aspiring for what you have. We all wanted it. Having gotten it, you are disregarding everything and going away. Where else will you get all this? Where do you get all this? Where will you get it? Is there a place where you can get all this? The answer is no. And certainly, most of the human beings will agree with the charioteer, not with Gautam Buddha. Most of the people will agree with mostly everybody. At least have that much of honesty to tell yourself who will you agree with, the charioteer or the Buddha. So in the classroom, when you ask the question, we'll agree with Buddha, sir. As soon as the class is over, we'll go back to the charioteer only. He pointed out to the palace. He said, what do you see there? He asked. The palace is glowing in the dark, glowing in the dark. What do you see there? He said, I see. He said, I see joy, happiness there. Oh, you see joy and happiness. But I see something that can be taken away from me. I am searching for something that cannot be taken away from me. I don't want to be satisfied with something that can be taken away. I want to have something that cannot be taken away. Charioteer could not even understand what Buddha was saying. All this will be taken away. No. Either some enemy is planning all the time to take it away. If the enemy is not planning from outside, there are enemies inside planning to take it away. So you have to be constantly worrying about the enemies outside. You have to be constantly worried about. So all that you have there can be taken away. For which the worldly wisdom says, so what if it's taken away? But at least some joy is there. No, now. Very pessimistically talking about that's going to take away. See the positive side of it. What is the positive side of it? The joy that you get out of it. Pratipaksha Bhavana comes and helps you. What? The joy, to get a joy, you have a price to pay. And is that price worth it? No doubt you are getting joy. Pratipaksha Bhavana will come and tell you, is there a Pratipaksha Bhavana tells you accumulation means if something can be taken away from you, the law. If something can be taken away from you, it's not yours. That which is not yours, claiming it as mine is thieving. That's why those who are accumulating are thieves. Take it or leave it. Venkat, again we are going for a long break, no? Huh? Again we are going to go for a long break. Therefore, therefore a few things we will say now only. Are you able to follow? Accumulation means that which is not yours, you claim it as yours. That is called thieving. That's called thieving. You can thieve wealth, you can thieve knowledge, you can thieve anything you can thieve. Meaning that which is not yours, you can go on claiming it as mine. That's why you always say there are two types of wisdom. One is the worldly wisdom and another is the spiritual wisdom. And both will never meet. And don't try to mix both. Don't think you are smart enough that you can mix both. You can't serve two masters at the same time. Either you serve Satan or you serve God. No, sir, உங்களுக்கு தெரியாது. We have been doing it for 40, 50 years, sir. Maybe you do not know the technique. We all know the technique of serving two masters at the same time and getting the benefit of both. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. For a man of worldly wisdom, spiritual wisdom will look like stupidity. For a man of spiritual wisdom, worldly wisdom looks like stupidity. God only knows who's right. God only knows who's right, who is wrong. But then we understand what anything that can be taken away from you, never claim it as yours. That's integrity. The basic integrity, basic character of a human being is not to thieve. Minimum character is not to Thief. Thief means what? What is thieving? That which can never be yours, you claim it as yours because you have temporary access to it. Because you got a temporary access to it, you ended up saying it as mine, mine, mine. Only thing that you can call it as mine is divine, and to call divine as mine is very difficult. Only thing that is yours is divine. Why? Because it cannot be taken away from you. Because it cannot be taken away, from you, it is us. We have answers to all the questions about life, don't we? Don't we have answers to all the questions about life? Who doesn't have answers to those questions about life? Everybody has those answers. Answers are correct, but important. That is where the one who gives the answer is more agitated and frustrated. Again, I repeat, that's where spiritual sadhana is very important. Everybody knows the answers to questions about life. Who doesn't know it? Everybody knows. The answers are known, but it lack that potency. Why it lacks that potency is because the answer that you give, you are untouched by your answer. You give an answer and you are untouched by your answer. You will talk about detachment as a solution to the problem, and you are detached from detachment itself. Yeah. You are so completely detached that that people laugh at you. And when people laugh, they come back and say, nobody understands, sir. You are right, sir. I'm trying to tell them the truth. I can understand your difficulty, sir. What? Because I'm trying to tell the truth. People are laughing. Yeah. Hypnotic attraction. Hypnotic attraction. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter the age. That it doesn't. Nothing matters. That attraction is so. That attraction is so hypnotic. It is. You understand hypnotic, no? You have absolutely no say. You have absolutely no control. You are like possessed. You are like absolutely possessed. Pratipaksha Bhavana helps you to get out of that extreme obsession. Pratipaksha Bhavana is a very beautiful discipline that he gives that helps us to get out of this obsession. Obsession to what? To Kanchana and Kamini. Accumulation means what you have is never enough. That's what accumulation means. What you have is not enough. The nose that you have is not enough. It has to be changed to something else. The hair that you have or don't have is not enough. You want it to be changed to something. What does accumulation means? Accumulation means what you have is never enough. That's Ravana. What you have is never enough. It always has to be something. It always has to be something. It always has to be something different. Different. And it is attractive when it is owned by somebody else. The Rakshasa it is. It is attractive when it is owned by somebody else. When it is your own, you are ready to drop it. Remember that example? Lady being the same, one person is ready to get rid of it, another person is ready to do anything to catch hold of. What is the attraction there? That which is not mine has to be made mine. That which is not mine under any cost has to be made mine. What is the only way that you can do it? By possessing it. The only way that you can make it yours is by possessing it. Actually, you can never possess it. In your imagination, you think you are. So possessiveness is not reality. Possessiveness is imagination. Therefore, Shankaracharya says, stop imagining. So Bhaja Govindam means stop imagining. Because ownership is an imagination. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Mudamate. Pratipaksha Bhavana is very important to get rid of the obsession. Obsession is because of what? See, have you ever observed it? I have said this any number of times. Anything is attractive as long as you don't have it. The moment you have it, it loses its attraction. Mind shifts to something else. As long as you don't have it, you get attracted to it. Isn't it? That is why somebody else will come and say, please have it, please take it. Or I'm readying for something else. So funny is this. So funny is this life. Why? It is attractive. The toy is attractive as long as it's in the store. For the child, toy is attractive as long as it's in the store. You take the child to the toy store, it will embarrass you in the toy store. It will cry, it will embarrass you to make you buy the toy. How long the child will hold on to the toy? How long? Next morning it's gone. Few months later, why did I even wanted it? When I say, why did I even want it? Pratipaksha Bhavana tells you, you are planning for something else. Be aware of that also. This is Bhaja Govind. Are you able to follow? When you are trying to get rid of something, deep down, subconsciously, you are planning for the, you have started to plan for the next also. Thereby continuing this cycle. Punaha api, punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatare shayanam, which he has said that again and again and again. Therefore, what does Bhaja Govindam? Pratipaksha Bhavana. Pratipaksha Bhavana to Kanchana and Kamini. And what is Pratipaksha Bhavana? Learning to see from the eyes of non-obsession is Pratipaksha Bhavana. Pratipaksha Bhavana means the capacity to see something without an eye of obsession. And who will help you to see it without an eye of obsession? Scriptures will help you. Are you able to follow? So Pratipaksha Bhavana means it's not Pratipaksha Bhavana means looking at it in a different eye. What is the different eye means? Learn to look at it without the eye of obsession. That's why others who are not obsessed will always tell you there is nothing in it, but you will turn back and say, you don't know. You don't know. Yeah. For Pratipaksha Bhavana, always remember whom should you remember for Pratipaksha Bhavana? I said it also. I said it there also. I'm saying it. Okay. Laila Majnu. If you want to understand Pratipaksha Bhavana, remember Laila and Majnu said. To see the beauty in Laila, learn to look at her through my eyes. He says, what is Majnu's eyes? The obsessed eyes. Are you able to follow? So, what is the eyes of Majnu means? Oh, divine love, sir. Don't be cinematic, huh? Yeah, don't be dramatic. Don't be cinematic. What is that? He says, what is the eye? What is Majnu's eye means? The eye of obsession. What does Pratipaksha Bhavana means now? The definition of Pratipaksha Bhavana is learning to look at it without the obsessed eye. When you learn to look at it without an obsessed eye, it will reveal itself to you. Then you have a choice to say, I want it or I don't want it. And if you can learn to look at it without obsessed eye, you will not want it. If you are wanting it, desperation means obsession has come in. Moha Mudgara. That's why hammer is required. Not ordinary kottalla vachalna. Knock and all is not helping. Take the hammer and break the skull. Not literally, not literally. Learn to look. So Pratipaksha Bhavana definition, remember that. Remember the definition of Pratipaksha Bhavana. Looking at it from a different angle is not the complete definition. Learn to look at it through a non-obsessed eye. So it means you should always have a non-obsessed eye in you. That non-obsessed eye in you is called buddhi, the intellect. What is buddhi? The intellect means. The non-obsessed eye in you is called the buddhi, the intellect. That non-obsessed eye, the buddhi, the intellect, strengthened by the scriptures, looks at things without obsession. That is called Pratipaksha Bhavana. That's called Pratipaksha Bhavana. Once you develop that Bhaja Kanchana, Bhaja Kamini will stop reducing. And what will automatically replace it with? Govindam. So Bhaja Kanchana, Bhaja Kamini will go down and Bhaja Govindam will start. The worldly wisdom tells you Bhaja Kanchana, Bhaja Kamini. Spiritual wisdom tells you Bhaja Govindam. Of the two, what should I choose, sir? Of the two, what should I choose? Don't choose Bhaja Govindam. Learn to look at Kanchana Kamini without obsession. And then still, if you are interested in it, go for it. But first thing that you need to understand it, take the obsession away. And what is obsession means? What is obsession means? What is the meaning of obsession? Every class you are saying one thing, sir, meaning. Now today what you are going to say, God only knows. So you only give the meaning. What is obsession means? Shrikant. Obsession means happiness through ownership. Write it down. Kalpana, so many definitions I'm giving. Yeah? Write it down. Obsession means what? Happiness only through ownership. Yeah. I asked. Last week also I asked about that eyelash and said, wow, wow. I said, so wow. No, why don't you own it? I said. Can we own it, sir? Yes, but you have to live here. That is not possible. So can we own it by sitting in so there? How nice it would be if we can own Kailash sitting in Dubai. How nice it will be, no? You want to own Kailash, you have to be there. That is not possible. You follow? What is obsession? Obsession means happiness through ownership. To enjoy a beautiful landscape, you need not own it. Ramatirtha. To enjoy a beautiful landscape, you need not own it. In fact, you can actually enjoy only when you get rid of the ownership. The true enjoyment comes when you know that you can never ever own it. True joy comes then only. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. Mudamate. Amprapte sannihite kale. Nahi nahi rakshati. Dukran. Pratipaksha bhavana is important. If you don't have Pratipaksha bhavana, you will try to fulfill desires in many ways. One way of fulfilling desires is by indulgence. Another way of dealing with the desires is by abstinence. Another way of dealing with the desire is by wrong spiritual practices. All that he negated. All that he spoke as wrong, wrong, wrong. And then he came down to the proper spiritual practices. What he called as Antaranga Sadhana and Bahiranga Sadhana. Yeah, you have a question? Yes. Yeah, it's there. Yes. Bhagavad Gita says, clarification. Bhagavad Gita says, do karma yoga and 12 yajnas. Dharma says, rina siddhanta. Therefore, dharmic living, panchamaha yajna. Atmabodha says, sadhana chatushtaya sampat. Bhaja Govindam says, antaranga sadhana, bahiranga sadhana. Are these practices same or different? Is there any sameness or difference at all? If same, how? If different, how? Who's adhikari for each of these sadhana? Especially with sadhana chatushtaya sampat, how to practice it? Okay, first clarification. What Bhagavad Gita says as Karma Yoga and 12 Yajnas is what Atma Bodha says as Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampat, is what Antaranga Bahiranga Sadhana, all are one and the same. Different words, different ways of explaining the practice. Are you able to follow? It's a different way of explaining the practice, but practice is one and the same. Different words, different methods of explanation. Why different words and different methods of explanation? Because the mind that is reading the scriptures are different. Different words will attract different minds. Therefore, they use different terms. Somebody will be attracted by karma yoga. Somebody will be attracted by purification. Somebody will get attracted by inner purification. Somebody will get attracted by sadhana chatushtaya. Somebody will get so different minds get attracted by different words. Therefore, different words are used in and through all that. The point that is conveyed is the same. Are you able to follow? To understand the formula, go back to verse number 3, chapter 3. Jnana yogena sankhyanam karma yogena yoginam. in the spiritual stages, the spiritual growth is of two steps. What is the step? Preparatory step and ultimate step. What is the preparatory step? Karma yoga. Jnana yoga, karma yogena yoginam. Now, here the word karma yogi means one who is in the initial stages of the spiritual path. Now, who is in the initial stage of the spiritual path? One who is trying to develop mukshatva. Are you able to follow? One who is trying to develop mukshatva. Who's Jnana Yogena Sankyanam? One who has developed mumukshatva. So one who's developing, one who's making an effort to develop mumukshatva. Another one is one who has already developed mumukshatva. Are you able to follow? One who's trying to develop mumukshatva, various words will be used. Karma Yoga, 12 yajnas, Idanna work for a higher cause, will inspire somebody, Karma Yoga. Say Idanna Mama will help. Idanna Mama, Yajna Karma will inspire somebody. Are you able to follow? Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampat will inspire somebody. Therefore, in and through all these, are you developing mukshatva or do you have mukshatva already? Start like that. If you are trying to develop mukshatva, preparatory practices, all this becomes a preparatory practices. Having developed mumukshatva, separate set. That separate set is what we call as Upanishad, which we are not discussing. The theme of Atma Bodha, Bhaja Govindam, or any of these books, other than the Upanishad, including Bhagavad Gita, aim is to develop mumukshatva. Carefully follow. Atma Bodha, Bhaja Govindam, all the Bhagavad Gita, all these are aiming to develop mumukshatva. Okay, once you have developed mumukshatva, what happens? Upanishad takes over. Upanishad takes over. So, those who are in the initial stages of the spiritual path means trying to develop mumukshatva. Trying to develop mumukshatva means lot of attraction to Kanchana Kamini is there already. There is lot of attraction going on, lot of obsession going on, and they are making an effort to get rid of that obsession. Now, when they are making an effort to get rid of that obsession, they have to be helped in the way that they understand. Therefore, what Atma Bodha will call as sadhana, chatushtaya, what Bhaja Govindam will call as antaranga, bahiranga, what Bhagavad Gita will call as karma yoga, yajna karma, ekarupa, anekarupa, vishwarupa, etc. All that becomes the preparatory practices. Is it okay till now? Are you okay till now? So don't confuse. One who is trying to develop mumukshatva, the one who has mumukshatva. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is trying to develop mumukshatva into Arjuna. Arjuna is not having mumukshatva, correct? In Bhaja Govindam, Dukran Karne, the man is not having mumukshatva. He is trying to motivate a person to develop mumukshatva. So 85-90% of the scriptures are addressed only to develop mumukshatva. What is the proof that you have developed mumukshatva? What is the proof that you have developed mumukshatva? First indicator, dharmic life, no regrets. Dharmic life. You have lived such a dharmic life that krita krityascha. The Bhagavad Gita is the satisfaction of having done what ought to be. Are you able to follow? So, what are the indications that I have a mokshatva? The first one is dharma. Second thing is towards artha, a non-obsessive eye towards it. Meaning, I know it is relevant for something, but irrelevant for my growth. I understand that clarity. Distinct and different from that is mumukshatva category, Upanishad itself. Upanishad, which is where the person is already having mumukshatva. Now, Keno Upanishad, Isavasya Upanishad, the person has mumukshatva already. Mundaka Upanishad also tries to develop mumukshatva. Pariksha Lokan, Karmasiddhan, Brahmana, and all Mundaka will talk about. Where it will say develop mumukshatva. The one who has developed mumukshatva will go on to etc. etc. So, branch it off like that. One who's trying to develop mumukshatva, one who has mumukshatva. Very well follow? Mumukshatva means some conviction in the divine. Mumukshatva means conviction in the divine. The separation is painful. That is mumukshatva. Separation from the divine is painful. Mumukshatva it is. That's what Buddha had. He was so separated from the divine that he couldn't enjoy the palace because of the pain of separation from the divine. In order to develop mumukshatva, practices will be given. Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampath talks about it in a pure technical way. Viveka, Vairagya, Shat Sampath, Mumukshatva, Atmabodha. Are you able to follow? That same four is elaborated as Antaranga Sadhana, Bahiranga Sadhana, and Bhaja Govindam. Again, I repeat. What he calls the Sadhana Chatushtaya, Viveka, Vairagya, Shat Sampath, and Mumukshatva is elaborated as Antaranga, Bahiranga in Bhaja Govindam. So they are not different. Develop Viveka, he will say. Have Vairagya, he will say. Have Shat Sampath, he will say. Practice Titiksha, practice. Now, how do you develop Viveka? Geyam Gita Nama Sahasram. Do Shravana Manana. Here he says. Are you able to follow? He says, do Viveka. How would you gather Viveka? By studying the scriptures. So how do you, so Bhaja Govindam in Antaranga Bahiranga Sadhana will explain that. Like how it will explain Geyam Gita Nama Sahasram, Deyam Sripati Rupa Majasram, all that it will say there. What? Read the Bhagavad Gita. There he said, develop Viveka. How? Antaranga Sadhana, Bahiranga Sadhana will tell us how to do that. Therefore, they are not contradictory. They don't give different spiritual practices. The same practices will be elaborated further and further and further. When elaboration becomes more and more and more, we will call it as Antaranga Sadhana, Bahiranga Sadhana. When it is concise and told, we call it as Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampath. Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampath has to be elaborated. Atmabodha doesn't elaborate. Atmabodha will not give Antaranga Sadhana, Bahiranga Sadhana. Bhaja Govindam does it. Bhagavad Gita, he will give Antaranga Sadhana, Bahiranga Sadhana. In Bhagavad Gita, he will give it a lot. Ekarupa Sadhana, Anekarupa Sadhana, Karma Yoga Sadhana, Yajna Karma Sadhana. All that he will give in Bhagavad Gita as Antaranga, Bahiranga. Are you able to follow? Now, the term Antaranga, Bahiranga will not be used in Bhagavad Gita. The term Antaranga, Bahiranga will be used in Bhaja Govindam. But nevertheless, all practices talk about the same thing. The beauty of the scriptures is, if Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampath wasn't attractive, they throw Antaranga Bahiranga Sadhana. If Antaranga Bahiranga Sadhana is not attractive, they will throw Karma Yoga. Like Swamiji gives this example. It's the bait. Some bait you will fall for. Are you able to follow? Some bait you will. Now, which bait, who will fall for, God only knows. Therefore, what they do, they keep giving this constantly. It's a bait. It's a bait. Which bait the fish will catch and get caught? God only knows. But weights has to be thrown constantly. But they are not contradictory in terms. Are you able to follow? Now, who is the adhikari? The adhikaritvam is determined by developing mumukshatva or developed mumukshatva. That's adhikari. Adhikari means developing mumukshatva or developed mumukshatva. Developing mumukshatva means karma yogena yoginam. Developed mumukshatva means jnana yogena sankyanam. You follow what I'm saying? That's how you need to understand. So most of the scriptures are addressed to developing mumukshatva. Therefore, they will give lot of varieties of practice. Like when you go to chapter 12, he's going to give so many. If you can't do this, do this. If you can't do this, do this. If you can't do this, do this. 35 qualities. If you can't do this, then he will give 20 qualities as a jnani. Then he will give 26 qualities of the divine. And more or less, all qualities will have similarities. It will be the same. It will not be 76 different. The same thing explained in 76 forms. Yeah. அது வந்து தோசை மாவு மாதிரி அது. Yeah, the dosa mav batter is the same. That doesn't change. Yeah, chocolate dosa, butter dosa, cheese dosa, masala dosa, podi dosa, masala podi cheese dosa. Yeah, you can put what all you want to put, you can put, but that the base just doesn't change at all. What is that base? Developing mumukshatva or developed mumukshatva. You follow? Is it okay?
So because many times in the class you say you don't do sadhana chaturshas, then sometimes you say you don't do this, you don't do that. So my confusion is I don't know what I'm doing only. And when you say you don't do this, you don't do this, then I end up thinking whether I'm doing at all or not.
All this is various ways are trying to develop. All this is various ways of trying to develop mumukshatva. So understand it like that, it becomes clear. Then there will not be internal contradictions. Otherwise, it looks like
That's it.
Otherwise, it looks like internal contradictions or too many things they are asking us to practice.
Yeah.
It looks like how many things should I practice? So how much gives it example, no? You see the guru and you see the list. Remember that example? He goes to the guru and the guru says, give 25 lists. So in a matter of 2 minutes, 25 things that has to be given up. So he's looking at the guru, he's looking at the list. Who's easy to give up? One man. Easy to give up that one man, the scripture, the guru. Venkat. Today, Amit is sitting in front to ask question. I'm irritated. And Narayanji is welcoming and host. All those who irritate me, Narayanji is hosting and welcoming. Yes, Amit. Yes.
Sir,
Yeah.
I heard what is yours, you can take with you. What is borrowed, you leave here.
Yes.
So all materialistic things you will have to leave here.
Yes.
Then in terms of scripture, you can take with you as long as you make it yours.
Yes.
What is the indicator of you making it yours?
What is the indicator of having made the scriptures yours? That will come with you. I said that which will come with you is yours. If scriptural knowledge is borrowed, it will not come with you. Supposing if you have internalized it, if you have made it your own, it will come with you. What is that indicator? That you have internalized it. There are indicators. There are indicators that you have internalized it. The first indicator of spiritual growth is the capacity to laugh. It will come with you. Indicator of spiritual growth is the capacity to laugh. You can have a belly laughter. Because when can you have a belly laughter about something? When you have grown so high, you laugh, no? So spiritual, so what are all the indicators of spiritual growth that will come with you? Laughter. You can have a, you can smile. Are you able to follow? First indicator of spiritual growth is laughter. That will come with you. Meaning, as a newborn, that child will be so happy.
Oh.
It will be so happy, so cheerful, so smiling. You know that it is carrying forward. One. The first indicator of spiritual growth is laughter. Always remember this. Not crying, not being serious. Spiritual person are very serious person, sir. Okay. An obsessed person will be serious because he's worried. See, seriousness implies worry. No. Seriousness implies worry and anxiety. This person is so relieved. So first indicator of spiritual growth is the ability to laugh. That's Krishna. That's why you find Krishna walking in, even in odd situations, you will see him walking in. No, in movies, how do they introduce Krishna? He'll always walk in smiling, laughing. It means what? There is nothing that is worth serious about. Laughter indicates what? In life, there is nothing that is worth serious about. Crying. What is it? So that is first indicator that will come with you. The second indicator that will come with you is the grasping capacity, that penetrative vision. The subtler things can be grasped faster. Are you able to follow? Grasping not in the sense of intelligence, carefully understand. The subtler things of life can be grasped. It means the buddhi that has developed is still continuing. So these are all that comes with you. Yama tells you that list, what all will come with you. If you have internalized, what will come with you? That buddhi, that penetrative capacity will come with you. Penetrative capacity means not intelligence. The sharpness with which you can grasp. Are you able to follow? What is sharpness with which you can grasp means? You can never be superficial in anything in life. That's what penetrative look means. Everything will have a penetrative vision. Are you able to follow? First thing that comes is laughter. Second is the penetrative vision. Penetrative vision means what? Penetrative vision means you can never have a superficial view of anything. Anything that you will know to some depth. Are you able to follow? It means that penetrative vision, which is what we call as buddhi, that comes with you. The third thing that comes with you is a sense of contentment that you have developed because of the scriptures being revealed. It comes with you. The sense of contentment will come with you. What is sense of contentment means? What is contentment means? Happy with smallest things you can be happy. That is contentment. Are you able to follow? Contentment means happy with just small things. Is how can you be happy with a glass of warm water? Can a glass of warm water give happiness? When you are in that 80,000, 18,000 feet high, it is raining, Sudhir, raining, hailstorms, snowing, and you are doing the parikrama, and if somebody gives you a glass of, half a glass of warm water, trupti, trupti. No? Content. What will come with you? Simplest thing can give content. You don't need extraordinary thing to be contented. Are you able to follow? These are all things that are just a normal thing in life. Just a simple thing in life can give you that. Yeah. Madras language kamarkat is enough to give you that contentment. Yeah. Just to kamarkat puro. Yeah. I don't know how to say kamarkat in English now. Hindi la, I don't know. Kamarkat kada Hindi larka. I don't know. I don't know. It's very, very unique. It's very, all the highly sattvic unique things is only Chennai based, and it can't be translated also. Can't be translated also. Kamarkat. You can't break it. You have to put it in your mouth, and it will take 3 days to melt in your mouth. And it is just 5 paisa it is. That's all. Just that kamarkat is enough to give you that. You follow what all comes with you? The laughter comes with you. The penetrative vision comes with you. Contentment comes with you. These are all yours that can never be taken away from you. Nothing in the world will have the capacity to take this away from you. This is what Buddha says. I want to keep that which cannot be taken away. Your laughter can be taken away very fast, isn't it? One remark is enough to upset your moods, isn't it? One remark is enough. It means your laughter is not yours anymore. Isn't it? Your contentment can be taken away like that. Your laughter can be taken away like that. Your laughter can be taken away like that. Your contentment can be taken away like that. Confusion. One word is enough to utterly confuse you. One word is enough to confuse you. I still remember that Acharya used to tell me, go and listen to those meetings. I used to live in this Mailapur here, where they used to have meetings. Now that place is no more that place. That meetings are angala nadagati palla. I don't know. 30 years now it has stopped. Those meetings have stopped. Street corner meetings, atheist meetings. The Acharya will tell me to go and attend those meetings. I have attended any number of meetings of them. And I know exactly what they are going to say next. Because I have heard them. I came back and said, they are repeating the same thing I said. Why can't they come up with something? Why are they repeating? Penetrative vision. If you don't have that penetrative vision, they can easily upset you. They can easily convince you. It means what? You lack buddhi. Are you able to follow what I'm saying? You go and listen to an atheist, and an atheist can easily, whether scriptures can prove God or not, an atheist can prove there is no God in 5 minutes. A situation in life can prove to you that there is no God in 1 minute. A situation in life can prove to you there is no dharma at all in life. An atheist can prove to you that there is no such thing. The scriptures very difficult to convince that there is. Are you able to follow? So what all will come with you? Laughter will come with you. That penetrative vision will come with you. Yeah. That contentment will come with you. The other two things are common. Objectivity, detachment will come with you. Mumukshatva will come with you. And everybody talks about the last two only. Detachment will come, mumukshatva will come. I always say those two are non-understandable. So therefore, don't give that as an indicator. Give an indicator that is understandable. That also comes. Detachment comes. The mumukshatva comes. Like one word is enough. Just that one word, that one spark is it. So it means if you have developed these qualities, you have internalized the scripture, and this will come with you where nothing in the world can take it away. Nothing in the world can take your laughter away. Laughter means you are light. Yeah, you are light. Sincere, not serious. Sincere, not you are light. You are so whatsoever you do, you are so sincere. But then not so that's what is meant by laughter. Laughter doesn't mean that expression ha 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 laughter, not that. That internally you are so light. You are so light inside. That heaviness is a so smiling means heaviness not there. So what all I said? Laughter, penetrating capacity. It means you see things, you can see things so penetratively, your convictions can't be shaken by anybody. Penetrating vision means convictions can't be shaken. Otherwise, your convictions can be shaken by
One remark.
one remark. One incident is enough, isn't it? One instant is enough to shake the conviction away. It means penetrating capacity isn't there. Remember that neighbor grandmother story I used to give? The amount of Ganesha temples that I have to cross from my house to the bus stop. In front of every Ganesha temple, she will stand and pray. Advaita's grandmother. The grandmother that I'm talking about is Advaita's grandmother. She is. Oh God, I used to think, my God, one day I must develop devotion like her, I thought. One instant. I asked my sister, how is that grandmother doing? She said, no, she has turned an atheist. I said, what? How can atheist can become theist? How can a theist become? Impossible it is. Yeah. See, from illiterate, you can become literate. How come from literate, you can become illiterate again? How did the reverse happen? One instant. Then I knew. It's very, so yeah, it's very, convictions are very superficial. That means you lack penetrating capacity. Penetrating capacity means you have such a deep vision that your convictions cannot be shaken. Therefore, what all comes with you? The laughter, the lightness of the personality comes with you. The penetrative vision comes with you. The third thing is contentment. Contentment means happy with what people call as ordinary things can give you. Can give you immense joy. Detachment. Mumuksha. Yeah. With this, we conclude for today. We'll continue next week. Bhaja Govindam.